For me, there's a simple rule in politics. Never ever be surprised by what happens in politics.
The face of truth is open. The eyes of truth are bright. The lips of truth are ever closed. The head of truth is upright. The breast of truth stands forward. The gaze of truth is straight. Truth has neither fear nor doubt. Truth has patience to wait. The words of truth are touching. The voice of truth is deep. The law of truth is simple. All you sow, you reap. The soul of truth is flaming. The heart of truth is warm. The mind of truth is clear and firm through rain and storm. Facts are only its shadow. Truth stands above all sin. Great be the battle of life. Truth in the end shall win. The image of truth is the cross. Wisdom's message is its rod. The sign of truth is Christ, and the soul of truth is God. Life of truth is eternal. Immortal is its past. Power of truth shall endure. Truth shall hold to the last.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living room. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. God damn it. My life has value.
A layman's opinion of the ongoing CIP scandal. Also coming up in the broadcast, somebody says that Martinez's actions can result in St. Lucia and other countries with CIP programs in the Caribbean coming to terms with one reality. And we have a whole lot more between now and 2 o'clock this afternoon. Welcome to another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world, and that is NewsSpin on Power 97.9 FM. The broadcast is also on the NewsSpin Facebook page as well as the NewsSpin YouTube channel. Your calls in a bit at 452-2979. That's 452-2979, along with your WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026, and that is 716-2026. Kimani will be going through some of your comments during our program. She'll be going through your comments in the chat room. Always a lively chat room. It's always important to hear from the layman, because too often we speak with people who claim to be experts. When it comes to law, you speak with lawyers and law professors, and they make reference to various sections of the Constitution and certain legislations, and you say those guys are brilliant because they are presenting to you what appears to be factual. But when the layman gives you his perspective or her perspective, it normally involves a lot of common sense, and they provide you with empirical evidence. They have gone through it and they cite certain examples, although in many cases they are not taken seriously because they do not have fanciful and fancy titles like consultant. They don't have a doctorate. They are not the minister with responsibility for, let's say, crime prevention, and you prevent nothing at all. And you're not the minister with responsibility for health, but yet still the health sector is collapsing. No exaggeration, it is collapsing, irrespective of what the Prime Minister of this country will tell you. So you've heard from the so-called experts, and you've heard from people who have an axe to grind. They have their own motives. And believe you me, everyone has a motive. Okay? Every one of us on this planet of over 8 billion people, we have a motive. What should be of concern is the kind of motive. What is your motive? Is your motive to improve the lives of the people of this country? Or is your motive aimed at protecting the victory so that you win election after election and, you could just stash your cash and get to travel to so many countries and build all kind of contacts and benefit, and people see you in a particular light and people start to call you boss, etc., etc. But let's get to the point. So I stumbled upon this clip of this individual who is analyzing the whole CIP scandal that many people in Antigua, not Antigua particularly, because we don't hear Antigua being made reference to, but Dominica in particular, St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Lucie. Let us hear from this gentleman.
Yo, to the street man them that don't understand certain things in because we're not really interested anyway, some of the street man them, they are really interested in what's going on in politics and whatsoever. So let me just break up the CIP thing in a street level. So basically like you have your things, yeah? And then a man that have contacts check you to sell your things for you. And you give the man your things to sell for you. And then that man is telling you the money that he sold the things is not your money, which you are the owner. So the things, the money is not yours. The money is his, and he will tell you how much he's giving you out of that money so that you can reinvest. Tell me as the owner of the things. Tell me like if you would like it. Yo, don't let them politician boy them mash us up and break our brains and make us think like we're stupid and them kind of thing. Let's put these people back in their place because they think like we're stupid. Let them know we're not stupid, and we know we can think for ourselves. We have a brain of ourselves for us to think and understand. And please, young men in St. Lucia and young women, don't listen to those politicians when they want to justify their wickedness and their style of robbing us. We know basically in the streets a man have to point a strap on you, you understand, and rob your thing. But them politicians, they rob us blind with their suit and their collar and tie, the others, and they make us believe like we are the stupid ones. Let them know we're not stupid. We know what we're going. You understand? Because every business have one structure. The others is lost profits. Lost profits. The others, if it's not structured properly, you will be at a loss. If it's structured properly, you make profit, and that's how it works. The others, straight up. So don't let them politician boy them fool us. We're not standing for that. Pack them on the side. And there's no way if a man come and warn you about somebody stole your stuff that he is to be blamed. So open our minds. Think for ourselves. Don't let them fellas make us think like we're stupid. Bless.
And this is a layman's point of view regarding the citizenship by investment scandal that is definitely affecting a number of territories, including Dominica. Remember what has happened in Dominica. They've had to revoke several passports, visa-free travel, visa-free travel. They have lost it in the case of the UK. And in the case of St. Kitts, what has happened to that prison project? Has it been completed? And in the case of St. Lucia, we are yet to find out from the island's investment minister the number of shares that have been granted to Galaxy for the construction of that hotel. And remember, famous words, I need to speak with the folks at Galaxy to see if I could get permission from them to make such a revelation to you. Now, Martinez is being made to look like a bluffer, a liar, a conman. I am more interested in what he has to say. And the fact that through his actions, we have come to realize that there's need for more transparency as far as the CIP is concerned. Many of us are going about our business in St. Lucia, focusing on literally bread and butter issues and not realizing that there is a link. Whatever problems we might be going through, personal problems and problems with the high cost of living and the crime problem, health, etc., CIP, at least for the time being, if properly executed, if we adhere to the due diligence, the finances that would emanate out of this program can address several of the nation's problems. More resources for the police, clearly more resources for our doctors, our nurses, healthcare workers to improve the dilapidated state of our health sector. You could use some of the CIP funds to address problems in the island's education sector. And if some people are not selling our passports at the stipulated price, then something is wrong. Somebody has broken the law. There was an instance when the investment minister was addressing the nation earlier this year when he said, in cases where they have been underselling, press releases have been written to those people who are involved, those agents who are involved in selling our passports. So that amounts to a slap on the wrist. So as much as you might not like Martinez, and I'm in no way defending his action, only time I've spoken to the gentleman is yesterday when he called the broadcast. I have never sought an interview from him. So he called NewsSpin yesterday on his own volition. But sometimes through the actions of people that we might deem to be shady, we vicariously can benefit from it. All the attention he has brought to Galaxy and its operations in St. Kitts and Nevis certainly would have caused us in St. Lucia to stop and take note. And a lot of changes are about to take place in St. Lucia. Were it not for Martinez, you think you've been hearing from the investment minister of plans to carry out an audit at the CIP unit, plans to make certain changes. That certainly would not have happened because not many people in St. Lucia, and let's say not many people, are sufficiently au fait with the Citizenship by Investment program. We have not made it our business to understand what it entails, the nitty-gritty of it. We have not taken note. But Martinez has come to the fore, and I think through his insistence, interview after interview, certainly he is an individual who is relentless. He has caused us to stop and take note because many people in this country, sometimes we look at things from a simplistic point of view and we believe in hearsay. And a lot of people do not believe in doing their own homework. So rely on the politicians to tell you that is not the case and this is the case, etc. And we have so much faith in certain politicians in this country. And very soon, we'll come to realize that they have just been merely misleading us. And if you listen to an interview that has been conducted by a capable reporter or journalist interviewing a cunning politician, or is it politician, and you realize that they're dodging. You ask them about a particular issue, they don't answer, but they skirt the issue and they go on and they make reference to their political opponents and not even return to the initial matter that was put before them. So it's all about deluding you. It is all about misleading you. And in most instances, we lose our way when we watch some of those programs and we don't understand what exactly is happening. So in the chat room there, somebody says there, and I could identify him, Bain Nathaniel. It appears to me that Phillip Martinez is the biggest bluffer, biggest conman on the face of the earth. And I dare say, on what basis would you say that? All of a sudden, people are leaving St. Lucia and traveling to the United States to meet him, to speak with him, to dialogue with him. All of a sudden, changes are being effected, changes are being made to the benefit, I dare say, of the people of this country because of his intervention. Now, it might not be too altruistic. It's not a case where he's putting the interest of St. Lucia first, or that of St. Kitts and Nevis. Could be all about Phillip Martinez and what has happened to him. But we are, in one way or the other, benefiting from what I would like to describe as his foray into the CIP program. Let us listen to him, just a part of his contribution that he made to yesterday's NewsSpin broadcast.
People need to understand, right, that this citizenship are being sold as one product all over the Caribbean. So all the Caribbean countries are competing with each other. So when one nation, St. Kitts was the case with the jail project, and now St. Lucia with Galaxy for the infrastructure and for the real estate option, when the CIP allows them to sell half the price, there is a problem. Now we have the contract with the invoice from the client showing that they bought the citizenship for half the price. End of story. And we have hundreds of them. We have recording of MacLeod confessing that he knows about it. So the government is not coming, not because they don't take it that seriously. Do you think that we're filing a RICO lawsuit? Do you know the magnitude of what it is legally, a RICO lawsuit? And the consequences on us to file something of that magnitude if we didn't have the backup? This is incredible. So they are making their own bed right now. You heard Hilaire like me, he cannot tell the citizen of his country how many citizenship he has given to Galaxy. We know how many. 6,000 for the real estate, 7,000 for the infrastructure. MacLeod told us. Do you think, I've said it many times, I have provided all the evidence to the US authority. Do you think that you go lightly to the US authority? No, you don't. Because when you go to the US authority, you expose yourself that they can look into your entire life. So it's enough to play the dancing game. They don't want to come because they know what we have. They know what they've done. So that's it.
When the dust settles, and if what Phillip Martinez is saying is true, I'm suggesting, whichever government is in office at the time, please grant him St. Lucian citizenship. Kimani, I'll not ask you if you agree or not, but any comments in the chat room? We open the lines right now to take your calls at 452-2979. WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026.
Thank you for saving me from answering that question, Tim. In the chat.
Because I don't expect a real response from you. You will bob and weave, you will duck, you will say, well, I lost my train of thought.
Reminds you of someone?
Yeah. Go ahead.
In the chat. Someone says, Tim, where's there's smoke, there's fire. We have smoke with our CIP. Things will be ablaze soon. Another comment, Republican strategy lies and pointing fingers at someone else rather than taking responsibility for the mess. Someone says, Tim, the young people are listening and they're not easily fooled. Being bought with rum and chicken doesn't cut it. The youth need to see tangible, measurable changes. Tim, that is why they don't want us to listen to Martinez, because they've been saying he is a con artist. Another comment, crime prevention and you prevent nothing. Another comment, very well said, easy to understand if you don't understand the CIP scandal. Let's see what else we have in the chat. Someone says, I'm not sure why certain people can't stand this simple thing. Had it been under UWP, they would have seen everything wrong. Can't we think for ourselves? Why is either country taking action yet still acting like Lucians are duns? That's it for me, Tim.
Thank you so much. In a moment, we'll have more updates regarding your behavior, your conversations in the chat room. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages 716-2026. Let's say hi to a news spinner, and that is Martha, working at a particular hotel, always watching or listening to the program. Somebody says there, Dr. Ernest Hilaire and the SLP continuously labeling Phillip Martinez as a conman, fraud and bluffer. Despite the accusations, they have not provided any evidence to support the claim that Martinez is making. It seems like the SLP is more focused on attacking the messenger rather than addressing the issue and providing clarification for the people of St. Lucia. They are quick to blame the United Workers' Party and Chasney instead of presenting concrete evidence to the people of St. Lucia. Okay, let's see there. We have a call? Yes, we do. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon to you, caller.
Good afternoon, Kimani.
Hi, good afternoon.
You know, I listened to you there. And I think you probably might not want if I gave you praise for what you are doing. Because you are the voice of this country, you know. You don't believe that?
Is that so?
Of course.
Well, I don't take myself that seriously. I have a job to do. I perform it.
No,
and I hope that something good will come out of it for the benefit of all of us in this country. Yeah.
That is what Tim, how many talk show hosts that have been letting St. Lucia know the truth, the reality like you? Tell me. And I'm not putting on the spot there to make you compare or give you, make you because of that, you're a big tomboy or whatever. But that is the truth. Why don't we tell people the truth when they're still there and they're there with us instead of when they're not there? Oh, we miss him of Poleon. But the question is everything. Sometimes I prefer to listen to your preamble of your program. That is the plain truth. I mean, I cannot see a dating when I will not stop mention about the port of St. Lucia, our port, seaport, Castries Port and Soufrière Port, the Banans land, you see, the CIP, the hospital, the state of our nation hospital, Sasa Crève, it's bad. And the current situation, how many that have the voice, who are in ministerial position, that is doing what you are doing to try to see whether we can address this situation, especially the health of the nation. But no, everybody hidden behind a political party because they don't want to say anything. Or if they don't behind a political party, me, I'm going to lose my job. They will, sabotage me. But if all of us did that in St. Lucia, we're in big trouble. Somebody have to buy the bullets. Somebody have to do something. And brother, I was at the hospital again yesterday. And you might tell me, but what are you doing at the stadium like that? I know it's a Mitchell hospital. That's not a hospital. But then, seem to see the state of where our people are presently in when they sick, what they have in-house. Huh? Would you blame the president of the Dental and Mental Association for the statement that they make in terms of our health situation?
Well, in defense of his government's performance as far as healthcare is concerned, the Prime Minister recently said every health system has issues.
But why he want to go back and said it didn't happen in July, whatever date? Why you want to do that? Fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Fix the problem. I was told that this country cannot even import medicine again because they are owing millions of dollars abroad. That's what I was told. Even in Martinique, they are owing the French authorities so much money, but not for the Malay. For those so-called ministers that I went to Martinique and had all operation and get the all type of benefit man that they could not get here, and the state have to pay it for them. You see? Why you don't go and finish the box, which would take, I was told it was just $53 million to complete. You forget about the box. But right now there, you are in that 24 small little building, one by each other, like a Chinese pack. You know, you push, you try your best to finish. Up to today, we have not had an update as to where is the state of that chicken coop. You're spending $201 million in. Where you are, how many beds is it going to take? Who is the contractor? Who is this? Who is that? No, all of this is in secret. But then the nation will have to pay that bill. You know, all this crap. But it's only in St. Lucia. And when people like RICO most of the time, I take my time and I listen to very well. These things happen only in a football country like St. Lucia. And not even every football will accept that type of mediocrity. Not telling people the truth, do what you want, because we have 15 in Parliament. We can do what we want, where we want. We don't even want to answer questions. All we are ready to do, Julian Alfred is going to come. You will see all of them, they're playing hypocrite. They did not know how that girl managed to get to where she is. Well, I don't know. I never see a country like that. Everything is accepted, whether it is under the table, whether it's corruption, everything that can never accept nowhere in the world, but is accepted in St. Lucia. Well, have a blessed day.
You too, sir. So, as I was saying to the caller there, the Prime Minister speaking recently at the AGM of the St. Lucia Labour Party's V4 North constituency said every health system has issues. I mean, so why complain? Every health system has issues. But remember, the SLP in opposition did focus as well, and rightly so, on the poor state of the island's health sector. And when you get into office, you want to make changes in areas that are seriously impacting the people of a country. And you want the people to feel the positive impact of those changes. And rest assured, if the people cannot tell you, frankly, that they are benefiting, that the waiting time, for example, in the A&E department of the EU has been reduced over the last few months or few years since you got into office, and the people cannot tell you that what they're witnessing as remarkable positive changes, and they can attest to that. And it's not only the ordinary folks who are complaining. The medical professionals. Mr. Prime Minister, did you read that long letter? That long, engaging letter? That letter which can hold a reader captive? It was astounding. Some of the concerns that were raised by the president of the St. Lucia Medical and Dental Association on behalf of the members. And yet still, instead of saying, I aim to do better. An end of story. He says, every health system has issues. We know that. That is what we've been experiencing for years. Whether it's under the SLP or the UWP, whether it's Sarah Flood as health minister, Damian Greaves that's health minister, whether the health minister is Mary Isaac, we have been going through immense problems with regarding the provision of health care on the island. It has not reached an acceptable level. It has not reached an acceptable level. Only it has gotten worse. The problem has worsened over the last few years. And the Prime Minister owes a lot more, to the people of this country as far as health care is concerned. And we will not, and we ought not to accept the excuses. It's not a problem or situation that is hidden somewhere, It is in plain sight, and people experience it on a daily basis, even experiencing it as we speak. Let us listen to Prime Minister and Minister with Responsibility for National Security, Mr. Phillip J. Pierre.
Every health system in the world has issues. There is never enough money for healthcare. Never. There is never enough money for the health services in any country for it to be where it ought to be or where it must be. So, Mr. Lucia, I agree that we have some issues. But the issues that we have, compared to the advances that we have made over the last 3 years, you cannot say that this minister has done nothing for healthcare in this country.
Just heard there from the island's Prime Minister, Phillip J. Pierre. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You are on the air.
Bon après-midi, team, et bon après-midi pour Kimani.
Bon après-midi.
Bonjour.
Bon après-midi.
Comment tu crois, team?
Oui, moi la qualité.
Ok. Team, comment si menini depuis honnêteté il dit nous, il y a une pour demander Galaxy. Comment l'argent et bien comment passeport. Ou il y a une pour demander Galaxy permission pour dire nous comment passeport qui avant. Comment si menini team about 24?
Oui, moi NP yon fois et depuis dit ça. So un mois passé. Okay, Manny?
So some teams some sa Martinez dit avoué, il passe à joindre avec les scans si yo Galaxy. Peut-être il pas ça avec moun nan parce que ma ouais combien de temps il kay ça pour couiller moun pour information from yo. So some les scans ka se we pour voir que yo pas vle nous coûter Martinez. Yo pas ka ban nous information. Ek moun ki vle ban nou information yo pa vle nou koute moun nan yo ni ka di tout bagay about moun nan. Laisse moun sa vle dismiss an issue, yo ka gade pour tout bagay. So when man yay dismiss issue a, ikay ni pour find out from Galaxy si sa ba information. So an nou finek sa. Même man ya Virginia, le yo mande about briefcase la, il ka investigate. Est-ce nous a un result investigation nan team?
Non, nous pas quoi attendre rien.
So qui ça c'est moun sa ka point Saint-Lucien pour? Yo quoi c'est kakakal baski en tête non? Anyway team, ni un bon après-midi ou Kimani et tout le monde qui a couteau. Merci pour l'opportunité à Obama pour faire contribution.
Okay, merci tout bon man pour crier. It's the same thing with the island's police commissioner. I will convene a press conference to rebut what was said by the Director of Public Prosecutions. About a month now. Today is the 13th. She leaves office at the end of August. And will she convene that press conference? Let's wait. Can't say yes. Can't say no. But we are expecting a press conference because she promised. We have a call. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Timothy, pleasant good afternoon to you and your listeners all over the world.
PW on the line, Timothy. Timothy, never in the history of this island we have seen politicians have so much power, Timothy. And I'm going to zero in on Ernest Healy. Could you imagine this minister would come and address the people of St. Lucia and saying to them that he will have a meeting with the Prime Minister to see whether he can prevent certain things coming out when it comes to the passport issue, Timothy?
Not certain
the selling of passports.
No, Father, not certain things coming out. To determine,
Timothy,
hold on.
Yeah,
to determine whether legal action should be taken.
But that's what
against Lisa.
With the Prime Minister.
You have to be correct. You have to be correct on this particular issue. Coming out, but it has to do with whether legal action should be taken. In light of that interview with Phillip Martinez.
Timothy, right now, Ernest Healy is looking at Lisa Joseph as an enemy of the state. This is my impression. This is what I get from what he's saying. Very soon he will want to sue reporters, for having a connection with Martinez and actually trying to silence people for having or coming out and talking to the media. We haven't heard from Emmanuel. He haven't had a press conference. You understand? Is Lisa Joseph public enemy number one? Or is Lisa Joseph an enemy of the state? If there is any enemy of the state, Timothy, is the minister. Timothy, when I look at what is going on in St. Lucia at the moment, Timothy, there's a lot going on. You understand? We cannot allow this thing to happen. If Martinez is saying one thing and Ernest Healy is saying another thing, Ernest Healy has his recourse. Don't try to silence people. Don't try to silence the freedom of St. Lucians. You can only be free as long as your freedom does not encroach upon mine. So, Lisa having the connection with Martinez, it has encroached on the freedom of Ernest Healy in knowing, in proving that what he is telling St. Lucians or saying to St. Lucians is not actually the true story of what is happening. He has tried to silence Martinez by saying he's a con artist, he's a fraudster. That didn't work. So he's going to silence, people, silence reporters, prevent people from talking to certain people. This is what's going on. We cannot afford that to happen. In this country, it has happened in Grindberg. It has happened in GPH. It has happened in NCA, Hyatt. You understand? It has happened in a number of cases. And now it is going to happen when it comes to the passports, the selling of passports. I will defend St. Lucians, and I will defend this country to the teeth. We are not subjects in this country of any ministers. We are not subordinates in this country of any minister. And I would die like the great Mahatma Gandhi with my shoes, with my cup, and with my spectacles. But But I will not let these ministers take us on a path of destruction, Timothy. Timothy, solutions have to wake up, look in the mirror, and they have to do what they have to do to bring this passport issue to a conclusion. Timothy, I thank you.
Thank you so much for calling, sir. And in a moment, you want to know what Makulid looks like? We have a photograph to share with you. And maybe Makulid soit côté a bon occasion pour couiller Jordia. Quand couiller Jordia, nous camé porto on the screen là. The Elks Credit Union wishes to advise its valued members that its office will be closed from noon on Wednesday, 14th of August 2024. This closure is necessary to facilitate a staff training exercise. Normal operations will resume at 8 a.m. on Thursday, the 15th of August 2024. The Elks Credit Union apologizes for any inconvenience caused and would like to extend a special thank you to their members. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
First National Bank says get the home you've always wanted with zero down. That's right, as we celebrate more than 85 years of being here for you as the first indigenous bank, we're giving 85 individuals 100% financing to achieve their dream of home ownership. This is possibly the most important decision you'll ever make. 100% financing for your dream home. Call or come into First National Bank today and ask about our zero down payment 100% financing for mortgages. First National Bank, here for you.
Lazarus's funeral home is here for you. Lazarus's private cemetery offers a peaceful resting place for your loved ones. With tranquil settings, visitation, and reflection, we believe in the compassionate care of all our departed loved ones. Lazarus's private cemetery, let us help you create a final resting place. Make it special. Make it Lazarus's funeral home, your friend in a time of need. Payment plans are available for tunes. Call us in Vidbute at 452-7491 or in New Dock Road, VA4, 454-6555.
Lucilex remote options are available to serve you every weekday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call or send a WhatsApp message to 285-6796, 285-7859, 285-3593, 285-3329, or 285-8640. Or send an email to customersupport@lucilec.com for assistance. Lucilec encourages you to use the available options for doing business with us remotely.
School start back, KFC got your back. With a back to school deal, it's a tasty pack. Just $12, oh what a deal. Come and get your fill, it's a steal.
But that's not all. Purchase any back to school meal for a chance to win one of 5 backpacks filled with school supplies and a brand new laptop.
Write your name, drop it in the box. KFC got the deals that totally rock. Hurry in before August 30th and sign on. Charge on the 31st, come before it's gone. KFC solution, we the best around. Back to school with KFC is the talk of the town. It's finger licking good.
Visit kfcslu.com for more information. Follow us on social media at KFC St. Lucia. Approved by the St. Lucia National Lottery. Terms and conditions apply.
This is We Summer. Get ready for the biggest and wildest deals from Flow.
Summer comes with the best that's for ya. Switch it up, this is We Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Who got the best deals? It's Flow. Bundle postpaid Wi-Fi, you go. Go to billing house, save more for sure.
This is We Summer. Bundle broadband now with postpaid and get your bill cut in half. Plus, get up to 4 Samsung Galaxy smartphones for only $4.
50,000 in cash is that. 15,000 in cash, win that.
Win $15,000 in cash when you sign up, switch up, top up, or pay up with Flow.
Summer, Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
It is well known by all St. Lucian professional tradesmen and even homeowners that European-made tools are the best. Well, guess what? Europa Hardware is having a massive promotion on the Metabo brand of power tools. From impact drills to angle grinders, jigsaws to rotary hammers, sanders and hot air guns. All at unbeatable, jaw-dropping prices. Don't let your tools let you down. Come to Europa and stay standing with a proud in-the-hand tool from Metabo. Call us at 452-0763 or visit us in Massad Grosine. Europa, we service what we sell.
You don't hear the hot sale Palace House have going on. from 30 to 50% off on back-to-school items, stationery, furniture, clothing, shoes, and so much more. Clearance sale, I tell you. Everything must go. You can even get items for as low as $1. Palace House. Visit us today at Makewood Street, Castries, or call us at 452-2250.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our copay system for clients with healthcare.
I've seen you here before, and I have something special just for you. What have we here? Happy housewarming to me? That's the MNC Home Depot Rewards Card. You'll earn points every time you shop, plus exclusive savings and promotions just for you. Just for me? Yes, just for you. Shop in store or online and enjoy a seamless experience. So I get to treat myself every time I shop? Exactly. It's time to reward yourself.
MNC Home Depot and Sunbelt Rewards Card. Sign up and reward yourself today at www.mnchomedepot.com.
At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer high-quality products from Martinique, and our ready mix is made with casting sand, not regular pumice. Compared to regular pumice, casting sand saves you in your cement use. At Caribbean Pastouche Limited, our materials come from porcelain stones, which is used as an additive in creating cement. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon, behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
The CPL is back for 2024, and the St. Lucia Kings are hunting for their first title. This year, it will be the best ever CPL, with global superstars, massive sixes, and incredible entertainment at the biggest party in sport. There are 4 games between September 7th and 15th. Get your tickets now at cplt20.com. Turn it up and experience cricket played louder.
Last evening, I was listening to a talk show emanating out of St. Kitts and Nevis. And of course, they were discussing the whole CIP saga. And a female caller to that talk show made reference to Martinez and his antics and some of the issues that he has highlighted, and even the impact it's going to have on the country's CIP. But she was also looking on the bright side, and she believes that what Mr. Martinez is doing can work to the benefit of her country, because finally it appears that the various laws, regulations, and the due diligence will be adhered to safeguard the interest of the CIP program there.
You have countries like Ghana and Kenya a few months ago. These are countries with together nearly 100 million people. They had to go to the IMF $40 to $30 million here and $50 million here. And the IMF had to put them through all sorts of, angst, if I can interpret it that way. And here's 51,000 countries, state of St. Kitts and Nevis, getting millions and billions, and we don't understand. We cannot accept why the international community would be looking at this. That is, again, a lack of acceptance or recognition of what we have been doing. And so I am glad, in a way, that this has been brought to light and exposed to shake us up, and let us see how we get through this.
Right, just heard the female caller to a talk show in St. Kitts and Nevis, again making reference to the CIP program there, and Phillip Martinez. 4522979, your WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026. Kimani, the chat room, what is happening there?
In the chat room, someone says, the people don't care about Phillip Martinez's personal life. All the Saint-Lucians want to know about CIP and the $1.4 billion US, and that is what Ernest Hilaire refuses to answer. Someone says, the small businesses which has been paying less, you're forcing them to close down, no form of bailout in compensation to keep them afloat. I think making reference to the newly implemented minimum wage.
Soon to be implemented.
Yes. Someone says, passing a minimum wage bill, like I have already said, small businesses need to be bailed out. If not, will cause higher inflation on the people. Another comment, not enough money for healthcare, but always enough money for a Bamba Mall. Someone says, since every healthcare institution has issues, stay here and don't go to Martinique, sir, SMH. Someone is alleging Les Khan resigned from Caribbean Galaxy in St. Kitts. Another comment, Commissioner of Words, no action. A YouTube comment, someone says, history in the making. St. Lucia is facing a RICO case in federal court in Washington, D.C., USA. The RICO case is online. Maybe the history teacher should print it and discuss it at our schools. Another YouTube comment, if there is no truth to what he is saying, why is St. Kitts safeguarding their CIP unit? Someone also says, we have not begun to understand the consequences from this RICO case for St. Lucia. These guys don't care. Another comment, why did McLeod rush to Washington if things were not true? Someone agreeing with one of the previous callers says, Tim, very much so, you're the last voice left in St. Lucia. Let's see what else we have in the chat. Someone says, we need to listen closely to the song by the mighty Chalk Dust, The Qualifications of a Politician. The writing is on the wall. Let's enjoy our gold medal. Until then, that's it for me, Tim.
Thank you so much. Somebody's providing me with some unconfirmed stories there, or information, and that is that Tim yesterday had 3 robberies in town. Chinese restaurant robbed at gunpoint on Brazil Street. Robbery Ultramart, Miko Street. A bar in the CDC was also robbed. And the person continues, and Tim, tell the organizers of Carnival, the Carnival bands, it's time to pay the police. Every year is the same nonsense. 452-2979, WhatsApp calls and messages, 716-2026, and that is 716-2026, as we continue to discuss the issues in the news and matters of concern to you. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air. Good afternoon to you, caller.
Bon après-midi, Tim. Comment est-ce?
Oui, moi là. Bon après-midi.
Tim, on est pour de votre mettre Kimani à ce spot là comme ça parce que Kimani jeune, ils savent ici c'est en place que les politiciens qui prennent rétribution, ils la victimize people, ils la victimize moun tout partout depuis ils prennent opinion. Ou quand tu vois moun, ou j'ai fait décision, j'ai créé aux médias terroristes, tout le monde connaît tout, j'ai matité. Et pas rien ça fait encore, mais Kimani jeune, Kimani coupé. Bouche liée, pas dire rien, juste dire oui avec non.
C'est pas doux. Si Kimani continue quand il est moins jeune, il peut parler actuellement.
Non, c'est des top bagailles, il peut ça. C'est le gouvernement qui a pris ça.
Mais moi comprends, parce que tout à l'heure, moi des questions, moi ça vous pas répondre, pas même répondre. Vous avez juste fait notre travail.
Moi, regarde Fidjali, moi, ça a une réponse à tête libre, mais juste pas te dire rien.
Oui. Fais ça qui fait lever by qui léger.
Tim, moi crier pour dire, moi écouter Premier ministre là, à the meeting il a blâmé Flambeau, il a blâmé UWP pour, il dit l'UWP qui a fait complot et puis tout business set ici pour la moun les mener minimum wage là. Tim, ça c'est un mensonge. Le Premier ministre a menti trop.
Well, ma'am say I won't change that because ça me quoi co-évidence là. Ou pas ça just dit quoi. Et qui toujours qu'a dit fact check moi. Et là yo fact check ou la bani pièce évidence, provide evidence là. Sou qu'a dit ça.
Et qui ka oui c'est ça qu'a fait, il ka oui. Mais là dit ça. Moi qu'a dit mais où ça accountant, une économie solion. Où ça tout pays en la terre, l'Amérique, l'Angleterre, Canada, pièce pays qui mène un minimum wage, à chaque monde qui fait travail. Ça a toujours qu'à fait. Mais il a pas d'ouvert avant devant point, ils savent ça qu'il vivre un pays. Plutôt pour commencer à dire nous, ça qu'il fait, laisse à fait, qui manière qu'il mettre travail pays, ça qu'il fait, bah c'est monde qui perd job, puisqu'ils savent monde qui perd job. Plutôt il fait ça, il a commencé à blâmer l'opposition UWP maintenant. So, laisse ça fait, il a dit, ouais, moi, dis autres ça. So, lui, avec le gouvernement, il parle pour une pièce blâme, il a mis tout blâme, en partie qui est opposition pour 3 ans. Pièce gouvernement qui entoure le gouvernement avec eux là pour 3 ans. Pas qu'à blâmer l'autre. Oui, il a fait référence pour ça qui fait avant, il a dit l'histoire, ça qui fait là. Mais pas ça dit, mettez blâme là pour ça qu'il fait à sous l'autre parti ou là pour 3 ans au point Biden qui a fait ça même gouvernement l'Angleterre qui a tout un mois passé ou pas attendre qu'est-ce qui a dit c'est l'autre parti qui était là pour 14 ans il pas prendre temps pour blâmer pour toute bagaille il quand faire référence à ça il fait mais il pas blâmer pour toute bagaille Phillip James a blâmer UWP pour toute bagaille Ernest il a blâmer UWP pour toute bagaille juste ça yo qu'a fait à présent et bien chose yo fait yo qu'a tiré blâme là sur yo qu'a mettre à sur UWP yo la qu'a menti passer bon matin en midi en soir depuis ouvert bouche c'est mensonge yo qu'a fait et que ni pour double ça exécution ni pour catcher servir tête yo écoutez ça yo ka dit yo avec garder pour preuve là puisque si yo écoutez ces moun ça là pour la vérité yo pas jamais joindre. Merci Tim.
Merci beaucoup. 452-2979 452-2979 your WhatsApp calls and messages at 716-2026 716-2026 and let me see if I have any of your WhatsApp messages to go through. Somebody says there Tim, as an avid listener to the program, I refrain from calling because I'm already losing my mental fortitude. My issue of all what's going on is this country is a clear picture of the persons running it to govern. They have no humility from the Prime Minister down to the Commissioner. They are all guilty as charged. Isn't the Commissioner who signs passports the briefcase issue? I think those guys are in the process of fabricating/forging documents with the help of the public servants who are not for country but themselves. They are guilty as well. Well, I have no evidence to prove this, so let's strike out the last part of that contribution because on this broadcast we deal with evidence. We have a call via WhatsApp. Good afternoon to you. You are on the air.
Hi, good afternoon, Tim.
Yes, good afternoon to you, caller.
Hello?
Yes, caller. You're on the air.
Tim.
Loud and clear.
Tim, there's a natural law with regard to the survival of any species where for its mere survival, a species, when it is faced with obstacles, will find ways around the obstacle or will try to eliminate the obstacle. And it seems as if either the social issues that we're seeing are solutions way of averting or going around the obstacles, or it is that solutions, by their very nature, are saints. We have the patience of saints. We've convinced ourselves that even though things are not going our way, even though things are contrary to our survival, we will be fine with waiting for 5 years. That's 364 times 5. We are comfortable waiting for 5 years to do something about that change. That is ridiculous. It is ludicrous. So I think it's not just an issue. I don't think that we're patient. I think that we're cowards. That we are not willing to do the most natural thing, which is speak on our own behalf. And it may well be that until St. Lucians are actually uncomfortable, until St. Lucians actually do not feel safe in their own homes, they will not do anything about their current situation. We will not do anything about our current situation. Because if I do not feel safe in my home, I take action. If I feel like my health is compromised, I take action. If I feel a situation is putting my existence or my children's existence in jeopardy, I take action. And so I am led to believe that up till today, the crime situation is not a major concern. It might be a little bit of a harassment to St. Lucians, but it is not a major concern. I am led to believe that the issue around government ministers and the power that they wield is not really a major concern. A number of these issues that have been affecting us are not really major concerns. They are things that bother us, but they don't threaten us. They don't concern us as far as our very survival. Because if they threatened our very survival, we would have done something different. It is not enough for St. Lucians to keep doing exactly what I'm doing here, which is calling and talking, which is what Rick Wayne and others have been doing for decades, calling and talking. Until St. Lucians are actually affected, are actually diseased or disproportioned by the specific situations, they will not move to make changes. And if anybody has to tell you what to do to protect yourself, it means that you do not fear. It means that you are not yet inconvenienced by that particular situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for calling. We have another call on line. Good afternoon to you. This is NewsSpin. You're on the air.
Tim, that last caller of yours, I hope it's the last caller because I come and go. The guy who was talking about surviving and the things that bother us.
Yes. That was the previous caller, just before you.
That's one of the most perspicacious, insightful calls I've heard in a long time. And it's a thing that bothers me a lot. Tim, St. Lucians have gotten used with so little that they really consider the half a loaf a luxury.
Yeah.
I want that to sink in. Most people are happy to have half a loaf while they strive to get a whole loaf.
Mm-hmm.
But St. Lucians are happy to do whatever it takes, well, not to do anything about it is what I'm saying, and be satisfied with half a loaf.
And not working towards getting another half, so then end up with one loaf.
Being successful is evidently, I use the word strongly, evidently, is not on the St. Lucia agenda. Surviving.
Yeah.
It is in capitals on the St. Lucia agenda.
Having just enough.
And I should add, by whatever means necessary, including getting yourself addicted to swallowing. Whatever you have to swallow. You with me?
Yeah.
Including vomit. All right? So this thing was so insightful. I mean, we can't all be as stupid as we project it. If I were the leader of this country, and a guy with a reputation, ostensibly, that's not the nicest in the world. I'm talking about Phillip Martinez. I don't know the man. From everything I gather, he's supposed to be a con man, he's supposed to be whatever. And that guy, of all people, is endangering what is probably bigger than tourism. I don't know.
No, it's not. It's not. Not as far as St. Lucia is concerned.
It's not. Okay.
Yeah.
But it will be second?
Maybe third. But it is the biggest thing in St. Kitts.
Well, potentially then. Potentially it could be our biggest earner. Even if it's third, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay? And this con man, this alleged con man, this fraudster, is involved in a matter ostensibly not involving the people of St. Lucia. And he's saying things that I consider absolutely detrimental to our survival. So I'd take him on head on. I would not be going after the leader of the opposition or anybody else, reporters and so on, because it looks absolutely silly that the person making the strongest allegations about you is a fraudster and everything, and you do nothing about it. In fact, there's evidence that a leading member of the CIP went to meet the man with his wife and all that stuff. And you don't take any action to put the minds of St. Lucians at rest by having a special press conference open to any questions, on any questions, Tim. That's what I used to do, when I had my own press conferences or people were interviewing me, I would tell them, ask me anything. Anything.
In the early days of Dr. Kenny Anthony, that's what he said too. Just after the 1997 election.
He used to do as well.
Yeah, man. You can't recall? After 97, ask me any question.
Because the water hadn't been muddy yet.
Yeah.
They could afford to.
Right.
But, like now, anytime, whoever wants to interview me, I have answers to whatever you can come up with, including I screwed up on that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Including that was a mistake. Including I regret that one. So I'm open to any question. And I'm not a member of government. Nobody elected me. I owe nobody accountability for anything. But people like Ernest Hilaire are servants of the people. And I use the word servant in its most, but I don't want to say menial. Because politicians are made to feel they are special, when in fact they have applied for a job that involves trust. But that's why I don't rate anybody. And I'm going to get in trouble with that, but so what? The point has to be made. I think a lot more of a fisherman who spent his life fishing and was able to send his kids to university, his kids are doctors and whatever, as a consequence of that man doing this allegedly in our society menial thing of going to fish on his canoe. I rate him higher than anybody, any public service career person. I rate him higher than the Governor General. You know why, Tim? And I want to tell you why. Because those are handout jobs for things done. They're not earned. It's politicians handing those people those jobs. And those people, by virtue of getting those jobs themselves, render themselves automatically suspect, whether I know nothing bad about them. Because I know St. Lucia, you know St. Lucia, the average St. Lucian knows St. Lucia well enough to know you become Governor General, not because you're brilliant, not because you've given any kind of service other than public, in the public service, not because you've been a great fisherman and your children have done that. None of those reasons. So I don't want anybody pointing out to me some public servant as special. That doesn't mean that public servant is crap. I'm not saying that. But I'm not giving him any special awards and honors for being a public servant, because I know what it is to be a public servant in St. Lucia. The public servants in St. Lucia only serve the politicians, their bosses. Some better than others. Labour Party public servants will be especially loyal to Labour Party. Well, they're essentially high-polluting hacks. Same thing with the United Workers' Party. So these people are really no value. That's why nobody is likely to go to face the courts over corruption in the public service, because it's complicit, Tim. It's complicit. We have in place all the laws that would require, for example, Ernest Hilaire to answer, and not in his own time, for what's going on there in terms of the accounting. He's already broken the law, Tim. If you are supposed to present to Parliament accounts of an office you represent, and you miss 1 year, you've broken the law, haven't you?
Yeah.
But Emma Hippolyte made a habit of writing at the opening pages of her audited accounts that the audited accounts were crap. That's my word.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot that should be accounted for cannot be accounted for, because the people who are supposed to do the accounting have basically told us to F up. And none of these people ever paid. And it doesn't matter to the government that the audited accounts do not represent the finances of the state or the state of the country's finances. Emma Hippolyte used to write that at the beginning of every audited account stream, and nobody has ever been held to account. Right now, we're not up to date on the finances of the country. So that when the Minister of Finance is talking whatever he's talking, he may be telling the truth or maybe just bullshitting us as usual. But we have laws in place to guarantee the people that accountability. But the people who are supposed to protect those laws are the same people who break those laws. The same people who are supposed to protect the country via those laws, the same people we elected to put in there, are putting highfalutin thing on us. I mean, it is the same Ernest Hilaire. You know, I have not written one really in-depth article on Ernest Hilaire, because I was impressed with a lot. That's your friend, right?
Yes, he is. I don't deny my friends, eh? I don't deny my friends.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I hope you're not complicit with them.
No, I'm not.
I know you'll make me the Prime Minister in a minute. So I'm saying so in advance. All of a sudden, everything, the public attention, I want to put it carefully, the public attention is riveted on Ernest Hilaire. Why? If Alan Chasney, as leader of the opposition, echoes negative stuff that has been publicized around the world by somebody else, and he echoes it in terms of questioning, demanding accountability for the country, how can you jump on the guy? How can you have the nerve to be heard publicly jumping on Alan Chasney for doing that?
More than that, Rick, long before we heard about Phillip Martinez on CIP, Mr. Alan Chasney, to his credit, has been speaking about it. Long before we heard about Mr. Phillip Martinez.
I don't give a damn about that. I'm talking about the current situation, and that's what I want the people to concentrate on.
No, because I want to disabuse them.
I get your point.
Yeah, I want to disabuse the minds of people who want to believe that, that we're hearing about CIP now only because of Martinez, but we're hearing about it before.
Well, I was not really interested in CIP until now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most people in St. Lucia, sadly, are not interested in CIP. And now we have no choice but to be interested in CIP. But I suspect the government is counting on our lack of interest in CIP. So now it has to be the opposition to work overtime to make CIP the issue.
And that's where you have to credit Mr. Phillip Martinez for the interest that you have in CIP right now.
You know, there's a guy I often have to call him an idiot, overseas from diaspora, and he's on your
Who's that? LJ? Don't call his name. LJ.
Yeah, how did you know? Every now and again he says something useful.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's on your chat room right now claiming that the head of, I think that he's the CEO of Caribbean Galaxy, Khan,
Yeah.
Les Khan.
Yeah.
And he is saying that this guy has resigned his position in Caribbean Galaxy in St. Kitts. But that's where the company is registered, isn't it?
I think they're registered in St. Lucia.
Well, anyway, he's claiming that guy has resigned. Okay? But it's a con game to try to make St. Lucians jump on Alan Sassney because giving us a bad name. We've had so many bad names, possible bad name things going out of St. Lucia, beginning with that Juvali thing. Almost everything we do here, and another one that's always bothered me is the way we treated foreigners who live here as worse than our own roadkill. That young lady who everybody knew and loved, Jane Tipson.
Yeah.
Remember her?
Yes, I remember.
Took care of animals and all that kind of stuff. That woman died, and most St. Lucians have never even heard of her. There's so many foreigners who died here and were immediately forgotten, and nothing more happens over there. But those things, we have been, several times, the UK has warned its citizens about the lack of safety in St. Lucia. I'm telling you this in terms of giving St. Lucia a bad image overseas. Almost everything we do, every killing that happens here, it's on the internet, etc. And it's coincidental that the government actually said that we should not be reporting, not be so eager to report the murders, the homicides, because it's giving St. Lucia a bad name. Now, any half-brained St. Lucian would know that if the government is truly concerned about us getting a bad image for homicides unresolved in our country, that it has to pull its finger out and do more work to prevent, as much as is possible, the weekly homicides, no?
Obviously. That's obvious to most sensible people.
But as St. Lucians, we don't discuss that. We don't have any panel discussions. We don't have any shows that would facilitate that kind of discussion. So these politicians just say on both sides, whatever they want, they can change it anytime they want. One side has a whole battalion of pseudo journalists. I call them pseudo journalists because they call themselves that, but they're not. They're not operating as journalists, etc. And that's what the country is under. We are all being taken for a ride, and I don't see that anytime soon. And like the gentleman was suggesting a while ago, we're not really hurt by it, Tim. And come elections, some music, a few bucks spread out here and there, and we will take money from both sides and maybe vote or don't vote, because it doesn't matter. Nobody believes anything, Tim. We have gotten ourselves, we don't read, we don't believe anything but what we are told to believe, etc. How can a country, it's like that democracy I was telling you the other day, You cannot have democracy where there is no real education. Gosh, I have to stop, Tim. I know you give me a lot of time, But
all right,
I
Rick.
thought, by the way, Mr. PW was a little hyperbolic today, offering to die for St. Lucia. That would be insane.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rick. Still to come, an accusation being made by the Prime Minister of St. Lucia, and we get a rebuttal, or we get a defense that's being put in. The ex-credit union wishes to advise its valued members that its office will be closed from noon on Wednesday, 14th of August 2024. This closure is necessary to facilitate a staff training exercise. Normal operations will resume at 8 a.m. on Thursday, 15th of August 2024. The ex-credit union apologizes for an inconvenience caused and would like to extend a special thank you to their members. This is the most monitored talk show in the world.
When they arrive, our services will make the dead look alive. With bouteille and viewpoint accessibility. Remember, we have the only private cemetery. No one can match our prices from coffins to corsage. Personalized service you get when Lazarus take charge. Quality service, no package to make your wallet bleed. Lazarus is your true friend in your time of need.
A newly renovated home is a special feeling, and lighting can be a big part of that. Like the LED seasonal lights many now use for energy saving and safety over the holidays. It's worth the effort to install LED lights everywhere, and you don't have to be an expert to change a bulb. Remember to turn off all lights when not in use. This includes LED lights. Saving energy is what's smart.
Good morning, students.
Good morning, teacher.
Let's head back to school. Yay!
It's time to get the children ready to head back to school with a back-to-school loan from First National Bank. Get up to $30,000 for all your back-to-school needs. No deposit required, low interest rates, and an easy process. Visit any First National Bank location or call 455-7127 for more information. Let's head back to school with First National Bank. Terms and conditions apply. First National Bank, here for you.
This is We Summer. Get ready for the biggest and wildest deals from Flow.
Summer comes with a best that's for ya. Switch it up, this is We Summer. Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer. Hey.
Who got the best deals? It's Flow. Bundle postpaid Wi-Fi, you go. Got a bill in half, save more for sure.
This is We Summer. Bundle broadband now with postpaid and get your bill cut in half. Plus, get up to 4 Samsung Galaxy smartphones for only $4.
50,000 in cash is that. 15,000 in cash, win that.
Win $15,000 in cash when you sign up, switch up, top up, or pay up with Flow.
Summer, Flow says this is We Summer. We Summer.
Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
St. Lucia, get ready for the ultimate flavor explosion at KFC. Introducing the new bacon milk sandwich. That's right, the crispy, juicy KFC chicken you love, topped with melted cheese, crispy bacon, and your choice of mayo or barbecue sauce, all nestled in a soft sesame seed bun.
Your taste buds ready, come and try KFC's new bacon milk sandwich is great, no lie. Crispy chicken, bacon, cheese flavor certified with mayo or barbecue. Anyone you must try. For just $25, get this combo deal. Fries and a drink, it's a steal. Head to KFC, cause you don't wanna miss a bacon melt sandwich, have it on your list.
Available at all KFC locations island-wide. WhatsApp 484-0400 or visit kfcslu.com for delivery and more.
Gardez-moi, boy, pas faire la fimela.
Stop all that smoke, fume and noise. Keep the emissions to zero and be a hero for the environment. You can still do all your lawn mowing, brush cutting, leaf blowing, hedge trimming, even chainsawing, but with a battery-powered machine. Europa is now offering a buy one, get one free on professional battery tools. When you buy the tool, we'll throw in the battery absolutely free. Yes, you heard right. You get one free battery with the purchase of any steel professional machine.
PS la fime, PS désordre. Merci, papa.
Visit Europa in Massat, Grosley or call us at 452-0763. Europa, we service what we sell.
Discover the future of body imaging innovation at La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence, where the gold standard in MRI technology meets unparalleled medical expertise. From the intricate neural pathways of the brain to the delicate structures of the spine, and from the vital functions of the heart to detailed multi-parametric MRI of the prostate, our higher resolution images see the unseen from head to toe. Our radiation-free Signa Prime Tesla 1.5 MRI machine is assisted by artificial intelligence, enhancing its precision in creating quality images for our trained radiologists to give you more accurate readings. Our facility ensures fast access to specialist doctors, including pain management, rheumatology, and family medicine. Proudly serving as a world-class facility in the OECS, we bring international standards of healthcare within your reach. There is no longer a need to travel overseas for superior medical services. Experience the pinnacle of diagnostic precision and patient care right here in St. Lucia. Schedule your MRI with La Clinique de Corps Diagnostic Center of Excellence located in Cocoville, Rodney Bay. Call 451-6559 for your appointment. For your peace of mind, ask about our flexible financing options, including our co-pay system for clients with healthcare.
The CPL is back for 2024, and the St. Lucia Kings are hunting for their first title. This year, it will be the best ever CPL, with global superstars, massive sixes, and incredible entertainment at the biggest party in sport. There are 4 games between September 7th and 15th. Get your tickets now at cplt20.com. Turn it up and experience cricket played louder.
To have a strong structure, you must have a strong foundation. And at Caribbean Pastouche Limited, we offer top quality aggregate materials at great prices. We supply high quality ready mix, cast in sand and plaster in sand. We also take special requests for specific materials that you may require for your building projects. Caribbean Pastouche Limited is located in Bexon behind Essential Hardware. Give us a call at 489-0074. We're open from Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Sundays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Caribbean Pastouche Limited. Quality construction, our priority.
Ouais, messieurs, pas jodi moi la ka espérer plein bon glow. Si ten la pani pressure. Moi ni tongue, moi ni glow, me money pressure. Ou sav sa moi besoin? A pomme. Ça c'est bêtise. Moi ka aller ko Europa. You need tout pomme pour toute condition. Qui pour kay, qui pour business. You need pli mer pour pomme cette ici. You ka ranger pomme aussi qui besoin service. Brand pump yo c'est Léo. Pump ça c'est major. I bon tout bonnement. Tant si ten moins actuellement. Glo ka fante. Europa ni pump glo Léo under pour les 9, juin et gris. Visitez Europa ambassade Gozile. Les mots au téléphone 452 0763.
Guys, I'm preaching for St. Lucia to lose its corresponding banking relations. You will tell me a government, an opposition, a government that was in power can be praying, can be joining the foreigners to cause St. Lucia to want to lose its corresponding banking relations. You know what Shasta wants for you? He wants you not to be able to use your credit card again. That's what that means. That's what it means. You know that not explain to you what that means. When you lose corresponding banking relations, you cannot use your credit card. So your children studying abroad, you can't send money for them on the credit card. That's what Shasta wants for you. You know what losing corresponding banking relations means? You can no longer trade. We cannot buy things from abroad to bring into this country because you've lost these relations. That's what Shasta and the United Workers Party want to happen to you. That's what they're preaching. That's what they're pushing. They want that to happen to you. For you to suffer because you voted Labour. That's what I want for you. There was a country in the region who lost corresponding banking relations, and the government had to put US dollars in a plane and bring to Miami to pay debts. That's the reality. And they was down that. So when they're pushing CIP, this and that, $1.4 million, blah, 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 that is what they want to happen to you. Because he believes when you lose corresponding banking relations, the people of St. Lucia will revolt against the St. Lucia Labour Party.
And the talking point on the CIP is not to answer any of the specific questions, but to somehow say that there is some kind of collusion with the United Workers' Party, Alan Shastney in particular, and Mr. Martinez. And that the purpose of that unification is to damage the reputation of St. Lucia. More importantly, that the allegation is that me in particular, I want to cause irreparable damage to our correspondent banking, meaning to prevent St. Lucians from financially interacting with the rest of the world, and that we are attempting to cause countries to take away the visa access for St. Lucians. I want to say that, and what I said at the meeting yesterday, is Mr. Martinez nor Alan Chastney are involved in Dominica. Never heard me speak on Dominica. I don't think you've heard Mr. Martinez speak on Dominica. Yet, Dominica has lost its corresponding bank's relationship with the Bank of America as it pertains specifically to CIP funds. It means that no bank in Dominica can receive CIP funds and bring them into Dominica, and vice versa. Any monies that are associated to the CIP program are prohibited from going through the banking system. Was it Alan Chastney and Mr. Martinez that made that happen? Or is it the actions of the government in Dominica that caused that to happen? The British government and Ireland have suspended visa-free access for Dominicans. Is it Alan Chastney and Mr. Martinez that caused that to happen? Or is it the actions of the government of Dominica that came after the audit of the British government to find out that the government of Dominica had lied about how many passports were issued and had lied about their due diligence process? And then the government of Dominica 2 weeks ago suddenly announced the revocation. The revocation means they took away 68 passports of people who had applied for citizenship under the allegation that the persons had not paid the right amount of money. Mr. Martinez has his own agenda. The opposition in St. Lucia, we have our own agenda. Our agenda is to protect the integrity of St. Lucians. And like we warned the government about the cost of living, like we've warned the government about what's taking place in healthcare, like we've warned the government what's taking place in the security system, and like we have warned the government what's taking place with CIP. It's not today that we've told them that they're going down a path that is going to jeopardize our corresponding bank relationship, meaning our ability to transact financial businesses outside of St. Lucia, and it's going to have an impact on our visa-free regime. We've said that the Europeans now have passed a law that has now given the Commission, the European Commission, the unilateral decision. What is a unilateral decision? The sole decision. They don't have to, the discretionary decision. They don't have to ask any permission. That any country that has a CIP program, and if the Commission believes that that country is doing things that could possibly jeopardize the security of their country, they can suspend the Schengen visa regime. We are repeatedly on record to say that the suspension of the Schengen visa has significant implications for the average St. Lucian, because it will also impact our access to Martinique. Not only to visit family and friends, not only to go to shopping, but more importantly, access to healthcare. That's not the United Workers' Party's doing. We don't control Parliament. We're only pointing out what the facts are and how those actions could potentially expose St. Lucia.
Leader of the parliamentary opposition, Mr. Alan Chasney, speaking earlier today during a mid-morning press conference of his party. Kimani, the chat room was happening there. Final update.
Someone says, poor job PJP. Alan, that explained what would happen to us if we lost correspondent banking relations. That is why he can explain it to his supporters. Mom PJP. Another comment, how many of our laws demand accountability and how can our judicial officers enforce the law when they themselves are fruits of the forbidden tree? Corruption runs deeper. Someone says, Ernest must be the most bad, lucky person in the world. Every institution he has been affiliated with, he is embroiled with some sort of controversy. West Indies Cricket, UK High Commission, DSH, now CIP. When does it end? How is it that one person has so much negativity surrounding him? It's clear the common denominator to all these scandals is Hilaire. He must demit office while all these scandals are resolved. Someone says, unless them ministers' families aren't threatened, they won't take steps. Until it hits home, they won't take action. Even if you are satisfied with half a loaf for yourself, you should never accept it for your children. Someone says, none of these political strategies being used against the citizens of St. Lucia are new. What does it mean that the same or similar people have been tricking and oppressing St. Lucians with the same strategies for the last 40 years? Another comment, Rick, when UWP and Alan were trying to give us more of a whole loaf, people felt that he was pretending that he was doing a lot, criticizing the box, the highway, etc. When Alan was pushing and demanding that we do better, putting rules and laws in place, our people thought he was too tough and had his foot on our necks. Our people hate structure. That is it for
Thank
me.
you so much for that final update, Kimani. And finally from us, our NewsSpin news of the day. Our NewsSpin news of the day. It reads, comedian tells Israeli audience members to leave his festival. Comedian tells Israeli audience members to leave his festival, and the incident occurred in Edinburgh. That's our NewsSpin news of the day, and also the broadcast. This has been another edition of the most monitored talk show in the world. God willing, we'll be back same time tomorrow afternoon, 12:30. I'm Timothy Poleon. Goodbye.